Like hockey hotline is open. What an emotional day this is.
Yeah, Johnny Gadreau. People are still mourning the loss.
Funeral service early afternoon today in Media, Pennsylvania, just outside Philadelphia. A cavalcade of NHL players from everywhere showed up. Former Calgary Flames teammates, his late Columbus Blue Jackets teammates and players who loved him from the New Jersey Devils, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Penguins, the Rangers were all at the funeral in Media, Pennsylvania. Amongst those who spoke was his close friend, kid he broke into in Calgary, Sean Monahan, and the speeches were just moving, saying there is a bond in the NHL that has now been cemented by Johnny Hockey's passing. And, we'll see you in our eternity. I saw the video of the vigils outside the arena in Calgary. 7,000 people showed up. And the video outside the Columbus Blue Jackets arena, like it was Thursday, Friday of last week, it was amazing. And of course, the NHL and Boston College started a GoFundMe campaign. They raised $560,000 in the first 8 hours for Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau's widows and their kids. And I don't know what the total is now, but I bet it's probably cracked $1 million. NHL players poured into the GoFundMe thing.
Wow.
With checks. So cool story, sad story, very emotional. I saw the video this morning of what was going on in Philadelphia with that. Other topic in hockey, Anaheim Ducks. They just cannot get out from under the cloud cover of bad news. They have lost their number one draft pick, Beckett Seneca. He was a kid drafted out of Ontario, scored 37 goals last season, fractured foot in off-season training, is going to miss at least 8 weeks. They've lost their top young goaltender who was going to be the starter here with the San Diego Gulls, gone for the year. Kid from Czechia, Tomas Suchanek, had a 2.92 goals against average as a raw rookie with the Gulls. He's gone, torn knee ligament. I told you this a week ago. I told you I didn't like it a week ago. Now it's official. I don't like it. Chase DeLeo, their captain, not offered a contract by the Ducks. I asked why. Chase DeLeo is signed to go play in the Continental Hockey League in Russia. Oscar Dansk, veteran goaltender, been with the Vegas Golden Knights, been with Calgary, just got signed by the Ducks. He's going to be the starter, one of the starters down here with the loss of Suchanek. He's a pretty good AHL player. And the Ducks are shopping. This is hard for me to believe. One of their captains, Cam Fowler, he's got $6.5 million left on the next 2 years of his contract. He's their only veteran defenseman. They put him on the trading block too. They've got all this young stockpile of talent. They all force-fed him last year. They had a 50-loss season. If you trade Cam Fowler, how are you going to get better? Don't you need some veterans to stabilize all the good young kids around you? So, but it looks like Pat Verbeek's going to make another player deal that I have to put a question mark next to in terms of the product on the ice. And again, that all impacts the product on the ice down here with the San Diego Gulls. So wish I had better news about the Gulls right now, but I don't. But losing Seneca and then losing the young goaltender Suchanek, wow, big setbacks.
Well, do you think the Ducks or any other team in the NHL cares about the win-loss record of their AHL team?
They could argue with me, and I do understand the argument. The Gulls are here to develop players for the big club. Right. I understand that theory. However, if you put a bad product on the ice on a consistent basis down here, you erode your fan base. The Gulls haven't been in the playoffs in 3 years, and they've got 50-loss seasons, almost back-to-back. And what we're looking at now is an even younger team because the Ducks did not re-sign the top 6 veteran players from the Gulls roster last year. You have to have veterans to stabilize what's is always going to be a young AHL roster. Do they care? Sure. They care about the development of the kids to get them from here to Anaheim. But you know what? If you wreck the product down here, and then the product down here doesn't draw fans, where they used to draw 11 and 12,000, drawing 4,000, that's not good. It's not good for the local franchisee. So there's got to be a common bond here that, yeah, we're here to take your number one picks and grow them so they can play in the NHL, but you got to take care of us and get us some veteran players. I mean, the fact that they let 6 guys go, including their captain. I mean, they let DeLeo go. They let Agostino go. They let Glenn Gaudin go. They had 3 veteran defensemen who were up and down. They let them go. I mean, it's going to be an unbelievably young team. And Pat Verbeek has taken all the young players that he drafted, and they haven't started down here. They just put them in the NHL, and they learned on the job, yes, but it also is a 50-loss season. Poor Ducks fans up there. So, tell you what, I would not want to live in the 714 area code right now, because you got Angel baseball here, which is really bad, and you got Ducks hockey here, which haven't been very good either. And I respect them, and I understand. You raised a great question, John, about what's the responsibility of us in San Diego is to develop the kids, but you got to help us develop the kids.
Yeah.
And the Ducks are paying the bills. I understand that they pay for everybody down, the whole operation.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you want a good product on the ice here. And I'll tell you what, in the American Hockey League, the elite team is the Hershey Bears. Been there for a long time. We're so far away from being a Hershey Bears quality AHL franchise. God, when's that going to change? Okay, I'm off my pedestal. John, you can stand up and talk.
Well, the question, and let's go back to this scenario, because, okay, imagine if the Ducks, continue on this path. They struggle at the NHL level, and they bring all the, they displace the veterans and what they have left here in San Diego. Let's just assume that it's a poor quality product. And let's further assume, worst case scenario, the fans don't show up. Now, if the local franchise owner of the San Diego Gulls was taking a loss, literally losing money to open up the doors, would the Ducks subsidize him? Or how?
Well, the Ducks are subsidizing everything. The Ducks, in a sense, own the San Diego Gulls. All their employees are Gulls salaried employees.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, exactly. But my theory is, and I hated to say this, and I was going to write a column on it, but to me, it's too early to ever write anything. Is this the right team to have a working relationship with? Because it worked well early, and it hasn't worked well late. And San Diego Gulls fans, you'll have to tell me about the product that you're watching on the ice at the Sports Arena right now, because I'm really disappointed. And there's a lot of good people here, good coach, good general manager, good front office employees, but the products haven't been very good. So where do you draw the line for the Ducks? Don't you have to do something here to give us quality to make this product better? I mean, because when they first came in the league, they were averaging what the Hershey Bears were averaging. At one point, the Gulls were first or second in attendance in the A, and now they're down to 4,000 a game by virtue of what the product on the ice is delivered.
I wonder if there's any linkage, maybe this is conspiracy theory, but the fact that the sports arena is going to go away for a period of time, in a few years. And where would the Gulls play? I mean, they'd have to play up at the Pond in LA or something like that?
Well, during the COVID year, we had that 2-year window. The Gulls actually played up in Anaheim at the practice facility with no fans. It was the weirdest scenario. I don't know if it really helped them on ice, although they trained with the big clubs. But that's far-fetched. Every NHL team, according to the bylaws, has to have an American Hockey League team. So if I raise the question, are the Ducks the right team to have this relationship with any longer, considering what they put on the ice here? Is that valid? But you didn't have to go find somebody to be your parent club if it's not going to be Anaheim. Geographically, it makes great sense. Just like the LA Kings are in Ontario with the Ontario Reign, and their product has been a little bit more consistent than the product down here. It's not like Coachella Valley outside of Palm Springs, where Seattle has given them, the Seattle Kraken have given them 2 first-place teams 2 years in a row in the A.
Nice, yeah.
So
good for those guys.
That's the kind of relationship you need to have.
Oh, yeah.
But not there. Okay, it is time for Fans Forum. We got